Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Laura. So today we have an American patriotic home in honor of 4th of July, which is on Thursday. We are building in Brindleton Bay. I don't remember the name of the lot exactly, but it is like in the back left corner of the map. If you can see on the left there, there's kind of like farmland next to the property, even though on the right side and kind of in front of it, it almost looks like a little quaint, like downtown area. But it was the closest I could find to what I was looking for because basically I'm building a little farmhouse that I could decorate in red, white, and blue. So here's the thing. It's not like over the top, tacky, red, white, and blue everywhere type thing. I did want to make it patriotic, but I like every room isn't red, white, and blue. However, there are tints of like blue and reddish tones in most of the rooms because I wanted to make sure like you definitely knew this was a family that had pride in being American and everything, but it's not over the top. There are some rooms I think that I feel like every room probably has blue, but maybe not every room has red. 'Cause I just didn't want it to be like excessive, like my Pride build, where the colors were everywhere. This is different because this is like a traditional style home, and so it's meant to be like more cozy and sort of like warm colors. So I didn't want like bold reds and blues everywhere, but I still wanted it to feel like patriotic and very like old fashioned. It's probably going to say patriotic 16 times like I do in every build where I say the title like 16 times or the theme or whatever. So the lot is a 30 by 30. I believe this home ended up costing about 115,000 simoleons. So, not, I mean, not terrible, but it's up there, considering it's a farmhouse. It actually ended up being like a good size, though. It's not really small, if you can see there. On the right side it ends up being like a sunroom, sort of. Not like a sunroom, like a Florida room, but like a sitting room, basically, with windows all the way around. So you can make of that what you will. This time I tried to do the little like dirt around the property. Well, around the home. I never have done that before, but I felt like it was pretty realistic. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. I think it ended up looking pretty good, but there's always room for improvement, and I'm still learning as a builder all the time. So, uh, that being said, I still am taking what I feel like is an exorbitant amount of time to make my builds. And I don't know if it's because I have done, I think this is my third like traditional style home, like as far as the decor and everything. And that calls for a lot more clutter than maybe like a modern build most of the time, at least in my case. So maybe that's why these builds are taking me so long, but because of that, I had to cut a lot. Um, I try to keep everything that was like super essential in, but the video, as you can see, is still pretty long. There was like no other way to shorten it. I cut out like all of the landscaping. Like you kind of just see it pop out. Not that there was like crazy amount of landscaping, but I did cut out, I cut it all out because there wasn't room for it. And I believe I cut out, putting in some of the clutter, most of the clutter you can see, but, um, well, some of it I added to after I play tested it, which it is fully functional. If you want to download it, it is available on the gallery under my Origin ID, Aura X22. That's available for download, and my username, if you didn't catch it, is in the description of the video. So it is there for you. think that we are almost done with the exterior. I hope that these decorations didn't seem too gaudy, but like I said, I didn't want to go over the top with like the permanent decor of the home. But I definitely wanted it to feel like they were proud of their country. I almost said patriotic again. So yeah, I actually the blue, I don't know what you call it, banner there that's like over the door frame. I ended up deleting that. I felt like it was just too much, but I don't think I deleted it until like I was doing screenshots. So it's in there for the whole build. This little corner back here by the garage, I actually felt like turned out pretty cute. Like it's almost like its own little like outdoor room where you've got like the flower arranging table and the rake and the shovel and the hose. In hindsight, I could have put that stuff, well, not the flower arranging table, but the like rake and the hose and everything in the garage because I did actually furnish the garage. I don't, well, for one, I don't usually build garages because I don't usually do cars. But the last couple, like this one and the mansion build, I felt like it was necessary for the aesthetic. So, I ended up putting like an old-fashioned truck there. They only had, like, the best color was green because, it is a sized up truck, a sized up toy, rather. So, yeah, not a lot of color options to choose from, but I felt like it really fit with the theme of the build, just like my mansion one needed cars. Yeah, so right now we are just building, sorry, decorating the inside. We're picking the wallpapers and everything. That wallpaper you see in the bathroom right now, which is the little room behind the fireplace, I always see that wallpaper and never use it. Never. I have never used it in a build. I mean, wallpaper is not my favorite to begin with anyway, but I try to branch out and use the things that I haven't used or never used, but I couldn't do it. Still, in this build, I couldn't do it, and I put it in 3 different rooms too before I deleted it. So I really did try. I really did try, guys. That rug does not end up staying. I don't know why I thought that looked good for the time being. It definitely doesn't. So I'm gonna end up changing that. I'm hoping that my I hope you didn't hear that sound on my microphone. I might have to cut that out. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to. So basically, what I do if you're just tuning in, usually I kind of place the furniture and everything down first, like in every room, and then I go back and do clutter. Sometimes landscaping is like in the middle of that. I think clutter is usually after like landscaping and the exterior and everything. Uh, but I did bebop a little bit around on this house because I would like find something in the catalog that I knew I wanted to use in another room, and to try to save time and not have to go back to it, I just like picked up the item and plopped it in the other room and come back to it, the other room later, and not have to come back to it in the catalog. So the camera does go around a bit, and I sped this up to 7 times the normal length of the videos. So if you're wondering why it's going kind of fast, I mean, I feel like it doesn't look that much faster than 5, which is what I usually use. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm working on the dining room right now. The one thing I did like that worked out in this house is using a lot of like blue furniture. Like you see the blue dining chairs here. I do like that like blue rustic looking color or whatever you want to call it. Not that I would ever use it in real life. I'm definitely not a traditional style person, but I do like how it ends up looking in this place. And I did use it a lot because like I said, I was going for like red woods and like the blue wood whenever I could use it or a blue decor. I hope you can kind of see my vision in here. Like we have blue wallpaper and like the red chair over there and a blue couch and the red accent table here. So trying to like put it in little ways in most of the rooms so that this is an American home. It's got red, white, and blue everywhere. The white is, I mean, it's natural. It ends up being everywhere. So over here, I actually ended up putting like a small little pantry. Well, I mean, it's a small space, but it's actually a pretty big pantry. There's just tons of cabinets in there. Because I was thinking, this is a farm. They probably have, um, you know, the, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. They probably like do their own jarring and like jellies and stuff. I'm not even like familiar with that culture, so I don't even know how to articulate myself properly when I'm trying to say this. But yeah, so I thought that would be good for the pantry. I tried really hard to make these shelves work, but they just wouldn't. They wouldn't go next to each other, and it didn't look good sized up. So, but I actually think that the wicker shelves ended up looking cute with the one shelf on top of it. And I did put some things on the shelves there, so they do look a little more full. I don't know if you can actually put anything inside like the wicker like basket parts. I don't think so. It's really too small of a space in there. Um, yeah, I did realize that I hadn't actually put a fridge in yet. I wasn't gonna forget a fridge, right? Right? No. So yeah, and then I brought the cabinetry around to make it look cohesive. I'm putting a hutch in the dining room. I ended up I found this little, like a pig sculpture or something, and it was blue, so I was like, oh, this is perfect. I have never used that little pig before. It was cute though. There was like a hen laying eggs in a nest type thing, but I ended up putting that on the dining table instead. I'm wondering if this is, I think it's too early. I'm not going to change the wallpaper yet, but yeah, going through, I was trying to really pick the color scheme in this bathroom and going through all of the swatches for the, yep, okay, I did change the wallpaper. Um, like I said, I was going through all the swatches for the sink. That is the way that the bathroom ends up staying, actually. I just thought it was simple, and so like I said, like in this room, there's not really red or blue, but I made the upstairs bathroom have lots of different colors, and it actually just kind of happened that way. I didn't plan it. I wanted to do like a blue bathroom upstairs. It ended up being pretty multicolored, but I was thinking like this is a definitely like very lived in home, and typically they have lots of different, you get some stuff like hand me down or whatever, and there just ends up being like a mix of colors with different things. So that's kind of what that bathroom upstairs felt like to me. So yeah, I'm just trying to pick like what. So like I said, this ended up being like kind of like a little sitting room. I wanted that little sofa or whatever you call it. Not sofa. What's the like a love seat? Yeah. I wanted that to be like facing out to the back so it would have a nice view so while you're sitting there. So we got an easel and a chess table. The chess table, that design went perfectly with this build, I feel like. Um, and I also put in a record player, which I've never done before either. So that was interesting. Oh yeah, my stairs disappeared at some point during the build. I'm not really sure when that happened. I have now watched the video twice and still didn't see it happen. I mean, now I'm talking through it, so. But if you did see it happen, let me know where in the comments. I'm just curious. I mean, obviously the video is done, but I'm just curious because I don't know, sorry, what I did that made the stairs go away, actually. Um, Another side note, oh, I already deleted the fireplace, so I ended up putting the fireplace upstairs in the master actually, which ended up being better. because once I had to put the stairs back in, I had to cut into that room and there really wasn't space for that fireplace. Plus, like when I thought about it, it really didn't go with like the whole sitting room vibe. Like I don't need a fireplace in there. It's like all windows all the way around and it ended up working better in the master anyway. So we're about halfway through the video and I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna keep talking the whole time, but we'll see how it goes. This is like a actually pretty long video to be talking through, but and I still don't understand how it ended up being so long. Like even while I was editing it, I'm like, okay, I'm almost done, right? And no, there's like 20 more minutes to it. I'm like, what? Like when I did like the initial editing, and I sped it up to 5 and whatever, it was 51 minutes long. So I had to sit there like painstakingly going through each clip and cutting stuff so that I cut 20 minutes off of it. And that was a chore. That was a chore. I'm not gonna lie. I've been working on it for a while now this evening. So, um, and I just put out the other video last night. So it's been a lot of editing. I wish I could say a lot of simming. Um, I think maybe tomorrow I need to like do actual work tomorrow. So I might just like play like actual gameplay like when my daughter goes to sleep instead of building tomorrow. Because I mean I do love doing the building, but the video editing is not my forte yet, so it's a little bit of a challenge for me. Like this one in particular, like I said, I just I don't know how it ended up being so long, but I digress. So yeah, now we're working on that bathroom. I thought at first I wanted to make this bathroom like the master bathroom. I was gonna do like an ensuite, but then I thought about it and there's like two reasons I decided not to. So downstairs is just a powder room. So this is the only bathroom with a shower. So I felt like it needed to be accessible to both of them. Also, I was trying to think like a farm, would a farmhouse really have, like a old, really old-fashioned farmhouse have a master bathroom, like have an ensuite? And in my mind, the answer is no. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but I felt like no, it would just be like a main bathroom for the second floor. So that's what it ended up being. And you could see a little bit that there were multiple colors in there. I mean, obviously it gets worse when I add the, or better when I add the clutter. So yeah, the two bedrooms have kind of like similar color schemes because like I said, I was trying to do the red and the blue. I really liked these quilts that were on the beds though. I didn't intend to use like the same exact colors. Oh, and I had to use that truck as kind of like, it's not the headboard, but I had to use it over the headboard because I'm never going to use it any other time other than in this build. Like this just not, I mean, it's not my personal style, but I actually have, it's funny that I saw that because I have a friend who's very like country style and I had sent her, I saw on Facebook once it was a green one, but kind of almost the same thing, the truck front, but it was more like the actual headboard of the bed. So it reminded me of that. She moved back to Maryland, which I didn't realize had like a big country presence, but apparently it does. So that was interesting to note. Yeah, so I decided to, I mean, it's a farm, so I needed to add a garden out here. I mean, it's a very basic garden. One, because, I didn't have a lot of space left on the property, but I also wasn't trying to go crazy with like, I mean, I've heard a lot of talk lately about people wanting like a farm pack or like farm animals or something. I mean, I definitely think that'd be interesting. And I'll probably just always get mostly every single pack that comes out. So, but it's not something that I'm really like, oh my gosh, I need this. 'Cause like I said, it's not really my style. I don't know that much about the like what actually I mean, I know obviously basic what goes on at a farm, but not really like the day-to-day operations and stuff. And I just don't, I mean, the animals would be cool to have, but I mean, we already do like a lot of gardening even in our other worlds, so it's not really essential to me. But honestly, I'd be excited for pretty much any game pack. Although, I'm not, the other thing that people are always talking about is university. And I would like it, and I would play it, and I would buy it. But I'm not as excited about that either as everybody else is. I feel like I would play it for like one or two families, and then I just wouldn't. Like I would end up focusing more on like because see the thing is like when you're playing, university or whatever, you can't focus on the other Sims in the household. So that was always my problem is either I'd have a family with like one kid but even then like there's two parents that you can't like focus on their needs and aspirations and stuff, so you really have to do those first, I guess. Um, and maybe my gameplay wasn't as sophisticated as it is now back then, so that was a challenge for me. So I felt like I just never really kept playing it for very long. Like I said, I would be happy to get it, I would play it, but again, it's kind of just one of those packs where I feel like um, I just wouldn't end up playing that part very long. That being said, like with every pack that comes out, there's usually some awesome like build or buy items that comes with it, or create a sim items. So new hair and wardrobe and stuff, which I always appreciate. Like there is never a time that a new pack comes out and I'm like, well, where's the cool hair? Where's the cool items? Like there's always something that I like. So I just love when any new pack comes out. I am excited about the Realm of Magic pack that will be coming out in the autumn, I think. Yeah, yeah, sometime. I don't actually know the date, but I'm sure that could easily be researched. Because I am a big Harry Potter fan, and also just all the different like supernatural. I hope there's like fairies. I do like fairies too, so that would be cool. And yes, I would definitely make Harry Potter and Hermione would be. I'd probably make her character first because I love her. Her and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. They're just my favorites. I'm getting off on a tangent. So we are moving on to the clutter, I guess. Yep. Plants and clutter. I mean, I just kind of group those in together because it's all under like decor. Same category. So yeah, I'm working on the living room, and it's really cool because like when you are just doing the furniture, you can see like, oh, I'm gonna put this here, I'm gonna put this here. But when you're doing the clutter, the room really starts to come together. Like now it actually feels lived in, and there's just things here and there because nobody's, immaculate all the time. Um, just a few things lying around and different paintings on the wall. I mean, it's actually sad. I don't have anything on my walls right now, like no paintings in real life. Paintings. I don't think I've ever owned a painting per se, but just other wall art that you can get like wherever, Bed Bath or wherever. Um, but we're gonna be changing apartments shortly. Same complex, but just a ground level apartment. So I will definitely make sure that I get stuff on the walls in that place because they're just bare right now. And it's in stark contrast to what I do in my sim home, so it's making me realize that very much. We've been super busy, that's all I can say. I don't know. I got no other excuse. Yeah, I wanted to use that tire plant. There's no other time I'm going to use that either. Nope. So this was definitely the time. Sorry, I breathed on the mic there. If you can hear it, I hope you can't. But anyway, I there will be at some point. I don't know. I might pick like a certain number of subscribers, but at some point I will invest in an actual like freestanding microphone. Right now I use the like a gaming headset with the microphone attached to it. I wanted to say it was, oh, it's an Astro 10 or something. I want to say it's an Alienware because that's what my computer and like all the accessories are because my husband bought them all at the same time. But no, this is an Astro headset. It's like blue and black one. I don't know. None of you probably know what I'm talking. Well, the Simmers will know what I'm talking about, like the ones that actually make content. Hello, hello to all my new subscribers. I actually got, I want to say like 10 today, July 1st, which is awesome. And that is just the power of like Twitter and this new forum that I found called Discord, which is really cool because it's a chat. And I met an awesome, well, the girl that runs it. I don't actually know your name, um, but I want to say your username is Silken Sims. I'm gonna make a fool of myself right now trying to look it up. Silken Sim, yes. She's awesome. I hope you're watching. Hi. Um, yeah, so I made a bunch of new friends today through social media and it was totally awesome and I got a bunch more subscribers. So very happy about that. I was thinking it was gonna take a lot longer to get to I think I'm at 28 now. I was thinking it was gonna take a lot longer. So that was awesome. Definitely, I'm glad to have all of you. And if you ever have any suggestions or thoughts on what you want me to do, any kind of videos or builds specifically, I do like the builds um, the best right now. The Let's Play, I'm still kind of getting the hang of. I have the intro and 2 episodes done of that one. I feel like that one's gonna take a very long time to get through. I mean, it's like a multi-generation challenge, so yeah, that's gonna take a really long time. I can't even estimate how long. Um, but yeah, if you want to leave something in the comments of what you want to see, I'm always open to new suggestions. I started like a note on my phone for all the ideas I have. I do have a list of, I think, like 10 things right now, which also includes like I need to finish the mansion build videos. The recordings are done, but I have to edit all the videos because, like I talked about in the other one, I mean, it's massive because the house is massive and it took so long. So I need to finish those. I have the Let's Play I'm doing every week, but I also have, like I said, I think about 10 ideas for different builds. And there were a couple of things that were time sensitive, like I said yesterday, but this was, I think, the last of them because obviously July 4th is Thursday, so I wanted to put this out before then. And then the Pride one before the end of June. But I think that's it for like the time sensitive ones. So if I got a really good idea from somebody, I could definitely bump whatever I was planning to work on next. I do have a request from Alyssa, who I did that traditional house for. I think that was my second video. The traditional home with those like blue with white exterior. I do have another request from her to do a beach like vacation home for one of her families. So I did start on that, but I had, like I said, these things were time sensitive, so I had to get those out first. So if you're watching, Alyssa, I am sorry, but I'm getting back to it this week, so it should be done this week. So that's kind of a little news update, things we have going on the channel. So back to the build. I'm just working on the clutter in the bedrooms. I really like, see, and again, I would never decorate this way myself, but I like how like the red and blue ended up coming out together. I think because like a lot of the items also had yellow in them or green, so wound up being like very like primary colors, which didn't, I felt like since they were a little bit warmer tones for each color instead of like bold like swatches, it worked out because it wasn't like too in your face and tacky. Um, so yeah, I'm just trying to finish up the bathroom, just putting down some of these rugs. You know what I just realized? Oh my gosh. I was about to give myself kudos for remembering floor mat because I've gotten better at doing that with like the sinks and stuff. But guess what I didn't put in this build? Curtains. Oh my goodness. I forgot curtains. Anyway, we're into the screenshots now, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Wow, I did actually talk for 30 minutes, so patting myself on the back right now. So, yeah, if you liked the build, please leave a like. And also, please leave any of your suggestions in the comments below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss any of the new builds on the channel or the Let's Play. That's the rags to riches to rags, kind of my own twist or spin on that and mixed with the Legacy Challenge too. So I guess you're not going to get any outro music on this video because I talked through all the screenshots. But again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate everybody that is here and, building this little community with me. It's really awesome. So anyway, have a great day. Bye.